That is Saturday, December 4th. Today it's New York Championship Wrestling. Winter Wonders time. I'm going to be there. I don't know if I'm wrestling or not, but I'm going to be there helping, and hopefully I'll get to see all the fans that show up there today. Um, my roommate is moving, so I already found a new roommate. They are going to be moving sometime in December. I'm going to miss this cat here. Look at this cat. This is my roommate's cat, and he's so adorable. Hopefully, he will not try to attack me. He sometimes like to go like this with his paws. Tough love, right, Viago? Hi, Viago. His name is Viago, like like what we do in the shadows, leader of the vampires, Council Viago. It's amazing. Um, I fed him today because my roommate is not here today. So and but yeah, just find out that Outsports. I made it to the 200 list. I'm 186. I want to thank all the fans. I want to thank New York Championship Wrestling for giving me the chance to uh, wrestle for the company. I also want to thank Immortal Championship Wrestling. I also want to thank, to be thankful to Spartan Championship Wrestling because right now I'm the champion down there in New Jersey, um, part of the company. Um, I am. I was not expecting that honestly, and especially because the past year was a bit tough with the pandemic and like coming back into getting back into wrestling. It's been a crazy year. And we are still not done with the pandemic. That's the sad part about it. We still have to be careful, and but also like even my career, like figuring out, and this is me talking about get into business. Like I took time off in 2008. I've been wrestling around here for quite some time. When I transitioned, I started transitioning late 2007, and finally transitioned in 2008. I started taking hormones in 2007, transitioned to woman in 2008. It was not easy because I was born in Puerto Rico, and like accepting myself, it was something difficult. And then the biggest part that has been for me is accepting my body type. um, I'm I'm not very slenderish, so like accepting my body type has been one of the most difficult things that I have had to deal with. And it's not easy when you are going through this process because there's so much that can bring you down. And it was a journey. It was a journey, and it was a tough time. And even in the community, sometimes you find people that will accept you, but there's going to be people that will criticize your appearance. There are also going to be people that will criticize your femininity. There's even people that will question why you transition, and that's can bring anybody that is going through a transition process down into depression too. um, and it's something that like finding the level of comfort was difficult. Once I reached the point where I felt comfortable with my body type, and I'm happy. It is my body type. I have muscles. Yes, it's okay to have muscles. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, it's it's not us. It's the society that has come up with this archaic ideas of like what gender and how women should look like. So it's okay to have muscle, and have accepted that. And keeping myself through the years because also age too is a factor in this. Like that's very difficult too. And just trying to find the opportunities, and then coming up with a gimmick. When I came back, I just said I wanted to be. I never like to use me being trans as one of the things in the business. So I focus more on the circus aspect. I like the circus. My face paint is clownish, and even lately I've added a red nose to my presentation. So yeah, I'm almost like a circus clown, and that's my gimmick. And I just happen to have a whip, and I juggle, and that's my gimmick, and I love it because I have always liked the circus. I taught myself how to juggle. I never went to a school to learn how to do that. I figured it out on my own. I looked videos on YouTube and I practiced and I learned and I taught myself how to do it. Um, Almost same with the web. The web started because of a production in theater. I also work as a fight choreographer in theater sometimes. Um, there was a need for a web in a production of Man of La Mancha. I didn't want to buy a custom web. I wanted to have a real one, so I bought a brand new web from Western Stage Props, and I was like, well, if I'm going to teach the actor, I need to know how to do that myself. So I taught myself how to crack the web. Eventually, I was like, what else I can do with this? I have seen the movie Indiana Jones, so I'm like, is there stuff that I can do with this? Is it possible? So I found videos online and I began practicing at home. And I have seen performances of like what people can do, and I can also do some stunts with the web. Like if somebody is holding a flower in their mouth, I can slice it with my web. That's legit. Like I'm not lying. There's video in my YouTube page, in my YouTube channel, that you can check out of me performing with my bullwhip. Um, like wrestling is only a tiny fraction of who I am as a person. I enjoy performing. I enjoy theater too. So, but sometimes you have to choose, like, cause I cannot be doing all of it at the same time. I have had to choose sometimes, like I have had periods in during wrestling where I was like, okay, I cannot work these shows because I'm going to be busy doing theater, and I cannot work. Um, I can't do theater because I'm too busy with wrestling. So like, that's it's a trade-off, you know. But it's all part of like being part of like the world of professional wrestling. I also know that I almost had my career being affected last year, and I don't want to get into that. If people are aware of that, you know what happened. I don't need to talk about that again. I really don't want to talk about that again, honestly, because there's no point. Um, and But I I'm glad that I'm still doing what I love, and I don't know how many more years I have left in the business, but I will hopefully, when it's time for hanging the boots, I will still be around, hopefully, and help in other ways. Because there are other things that I can do. I can be a manager, or I can work as a ref, or who knows, backstage, um, giving people advice, if the limited knowledge that I have. And for those that don't know too much about my career started in Puerto Rico before I even transitioned. I I was in Puerto Rico. I deal with some personal injuries. The wrestling business, you can get injured. Injuries happen, um, and you just recover and you try to come back and deal with the injuries and do the best. I also trained at the Monster Factory back in 2000. That was the time that I got to meet Larry Sharp for real, and I'm glad the opportunities that he gave me there in the school, and I'm glad that I got to learn there. And then I went back to Puerto Rico. I moved up here. I trained with JP Black for a little bit, and then I ended up training with Drake Evans for a little bit too. And then Kevin Landry. Kevin Landry is fantastic with the Kevin Landry Pro Wrestling Combine. Um, his advice was very helpful recently to me, and also the training there, which I want to also thank Chi. Um, um, he helped me in the training. He was one of the trainers there. We went through all the basic again, and that helped me a lot too. But also Kevin Landry advice during tag matches, like the tag match like psychology, it's very helpful. Like it's something that I still have to this day on my brain, and and so yeah, I'm glad that I was able to get to that school. So, and now training in Glens Falls, and helping others, with when I can. It's the new generation of wrestlers. So it's it's nice. I mean, I may say that I may think that I'm not making a contribution in the business, but I think I am. Even if it's just me being there. I know in New Jersey, I'm one of the workers even told me that they were happy that I was there. So I'm glad that I'm able to represent the community and bring something different, because not everybody's the same. And trans people, we are come from different backgrounds. We all have our own path. So it's important that to have these opportunities. Um, so I'm glad that I got recognized. Honestly, it's it's happy. I did not expected it, and I'm pretty sure there may be some controversy, maybe, but who knows? Whatever. Like it's a, in this business, what I've learned is like some people will like what you do, some people will not like what you do. It is how it is. It's how the business is. But I'm glad with what I have accomplished, and I don't know what's going to happen next year, but I'm looking forward to see what comes. And we'll see. Peace out, everybody. Stay safe. Vaccinate. Get vaccinated, please. Consider getting vaccinated. Honestly, like it's the only way that we're going to survive this pandemic, and I don't want to go into another lockdown. I really don't. Anyway, bye.